Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening show as usual. And well, yesterday it was a rest day as far as the ICC Cricket World Cup 2015 was concerned. And that was something, a sort of a respite for all the cricket players, I thought, even a respite for me too, because I could actually concentrate on some other chores at work at home, which was good. So just getting away. So as you know, even though there is no match to report, but as you always know, this Cricket Happening show is very, very dear to me. I always love talking on this Cricket Happening show, and as always, I have been telling, if at all my Cricket Happening show is really thriving today, it's all thanks in the main to you, dear friends and subscribers, who have really, really made up this cricket show a great hit. Thank you very much. So just continuing to talk, as I said, I definitely pick up something on cricket to talk, because for me this is an eternal cricket show. It's a 365 days cricket show which will go on and on and on till such time I am alive on earth. Well, let's begin then. What I'm going to look at today, as far as the ICC, one is we'll look at the ICC Cricket World Cup 2015 cricket news. We'll look at the point standing. We'll look at how the ICC Cricket World Cup has panned out till today. And tomorrow there is a match. In fact, there is a match which will be starting today, and this is going to be played at Canberra in Australia at the Manuka Oval. And the match is between Ireland and Afghanistan. As you know, Ireland have been doing well. They are really keeping an eye on the quarterfinals, but they are playing a big opposition in the form of South Africa. So I'll come back to that. So first and foremost, what I'm going to do, let's have a look at the points table in the ICC Cricket World Cup 2015 and find out what's going on. Well, Pool A consists of New Zealand. Now New Zealand, as we know, they are the co-hosts of the tournament. They are the ones who are really, I would say, they have been touted as favorites. They are definitely living up to that billing. And as I said, they are looking absolute favorites now after that win over Australia at Eden Park in Auckland. And they have garnered 8 points. They have won all the matches that they have played in this World Cup 2015 so far. And what a proud thing for them. And they are definitely, I have to say, 4 points. So basically, if you look at it, there are there are actually 7 teams, and out of it 4 has been won. So New Zealand have another 3 fixtures to go before they go on to the quarterfinals. They have one match would be coming up against Bangladesh, then I think it would be one against Afghanistan, and also one against it should be England. Well, England is already over. They really throttled them, and Scotland, I suppose. So basically, in fact, they have already won. They have won. I mean, they have only 2 or 3 matches which are coming up. And looking at the points table, New Zealand are absolutely roaring. They are firing on all cylinders with their Brendan McCullum, the New Zealand captain, making a real statement. And as I said, they are definitely living up to the billing as one of the favorites for the World Cup 2015. So New Zealand definitely providing all sorts of entertainment, and I'm sure in New Zealand the Kiwis would be really dancing, and they'll be hoping, because as you know, New Zealand are always they are ones who have always surprised. They have sometimes be the dark horses of the tournament, but they have come into the semi-finals. But unfortunately, they have been losing the semi-finals. They have never reached the final of a tournament. But one probably feels that this would be the time that New Zealand, the co-host New Zealand, would make it to the final, and this is their best bet according to me, because they have a wonderful squad which is rallying around Brendan McCullum. Sri Lanka, well, for Sri Lanka, they have, I would say that they are just peaking at the right time. As you know, the last 2 victories that they had were crushing victories. One over, it was Bangladesh, and then the one we saw over England, which was very creditable. And because it was not the matter of their win, but it was the matter of their huge win that really says it all, that Sri Lanka are finally finding their mojo, as Sri Lanka are also doing well. They have just lost one match, and they're also doing pretty well. As I said, they are peaking at the right moment, and a lot of centuries flowing from the bat of Lairu Thirumane. Kumar Sangakkara has got his second consecutive century in the World Cup, and you would remember I told you in the preview that two batsmen in Sri Lanka that one has to fear is Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene, because both are playing their last World Cup in their career. They won't be playing in any World Cups, and they are saying goodbye to one-day international cricket after this. So basically, both these stalwarts from Sri Lanka, Kumar Sangakkara and Jayawardene, and especially Jayawardene, Jayawardene has also made a century, as you know, where the chips were down against Afghanistan, and probably one was looking at Afghanistan probably upsetting the apple cart of Sri Lanka, but Mahela Jayawardene, with his cool and calm composure, tided them through the crisis, and finally Sri Lanka won. So Sri Lanka are also doing a good job. They are peaking at the right moment, I thought, and they are also one of the contenders now for the quarterfinals. So they have 6 points after playing 4 matches, 3 won and 1 loss. Bangladesh, well, they definitely were lucky to get a point against Australia when it was rained out, so there were 2 points for them, and then they have picked up one more point. The other day they got a win against, if I reckon it was against Zimbabwe, that they actually won the match. So no, not against Zimbabwe. Bangladesh actually won against, I'm just trying to see, I think it was against Afghanistan, if I'm not wrong. Bangladesh won the match. So Bangladesh are having 3 points in their back, and they are the ones who are considered the weak links as far as the pool A is concerned. But definitely there is some talent available. It's too early to say anything. Let's see how Bangladesh shape up. As far as Australia are concerned, they are the hosts of the tournament. Well, they were unlucky. First and foremost, this was their big game. They won their first game against England in a convincing fashion, and then against Bangladesh it got rained out, so they were left with 3 points. And now their loss against New Zealand has really put a sort of a bump into their proceedings, and it's very, very essential now that Australia have to win all the remaining matches that are coming, and they definitely still have to play Sri Lanka, they have to play Afghanistan. As far as Sri Lanka is concerned, we know they are a good team. They are peaking right now, so Australia will be quite wary about it, and they would be hoping to put their best foot forward. So Australia are the ones probably one would have thought that they would be on the top of the tree along with them, but probably that match against Bangladesh really ruined it because of the points being shared. But they are doing they're doing decently, one could say. As far as Afghanistan are concerned, Afghanistan have, as I said, they already got a maiden entry into the World Cup, and in the maiden entry into the World Cup itself, they have got a win under their belt when they actually beat Scotland to win the match and get 2 points. So this itself shows that Afghanistan, how hungry they are, and they're definitely proving a point here as far as associates are concerned with this victory that they had against Scotland, and that too from a very, very seemingly hopeless situation. They came into a hopeful situation and they won the match. And Afghanistan are looking a real exciting bunch of cricketers, and some daring cricketers, one could call them. So Afghanistan are having 2 points, so they would be pretty happy with that effort that they have done in this maiden World Cup. England are continuing to struggle. England, as you know, they only won one match, and that was against Scotland, they reckon. But other than that, they have been really, really struggling. They lost to New Zealand in a big way. They lost to Australia, and recently they lost to Sri Lanka. So England, I think they're languishing on the bottom of the ladder here, and I think for them it is really going to take quite something to make it to the quarterfinals, because Sri Lanka are peaking well, and looking at it, one tends to get the feeling, as far as England are concerned, I think they have one fixture against Afghanistan. Probably they would fancy themselves to win that match. They have one against Bangladesh, so probably one can say they don't have some strong opposition right now. Even if they won the matches, and they probably have to depend on all other results to happen in Pool A to actually get a chance. Scotland, yes, they are not at off the mark as far as this World Cup is concerned, and that is sort of proving a sort of a real question mark, because Scotland have been around for quite a long time, and well, they are looking an improved outfit, no doubt about it, but they have not been able to really get off the mark, and they would be hoping that they could at least get one win, because I do know that they still have some matches to play, but it's all coming against big teams, so probably Scotland might have to be content with not opening their account in this World Cup 2015, but one never know. As far as cricket is concerned, you can always upset apple cart, so you never know. So so that is as far as Pool A is concerned. Now looking at the Pool B standings in the World Cup 2015, India have been really surprised everybody. In fact, after the Tri-Series losses that they had, after losing the Tri-Series where they did not win a single match against Australia and England, India are proving to be very strong, and they are definitely surprised one and all here in this World Cup 2015, especially considering the bowling attack they had, but they have been using their bowling attack to the using the existing resources to the best of their advantage, and that's the precise reason. The batting has been coming fairly well, and the Indian openers have been doing a good job too, to lay the foundation, which becomes pretty essential. And for India, I thought things are really coming together, and India are the ones who are on the top of the tree, and as you know, they are the defending champions in this World Cup, and I think they are definitely living up to their billing as defending World Cup champions, as they have knocked off all the three teams that they have played. One is an historic victory against Pakistan, which enabled them to actually preserve the jinx that Pakistan had against India. It's still unbroken, and India have now won 6 matches against Pakistan in World Cups, and they are having 6 points, so they are doing well. In fact, if you look at it, they are also having a very healthy run rate. Even if it comes to the run rate, India are absolutely ahead of each and every team in that pool. If you see, 2.63 is the run rate, 2.6 is the run rate at which India is going right now. So for India, everything has been going well, and they do have some matches still to come. They have matches against I reckon against West Indies. They have a match coming against Ireland. They have also to face Zimbabwe. So lesser opposition, one could say, barring West Indies. And for India, the other thing is that they first took care of Pakistan. After that, they went on to really cause, not an upset I would say, but really cause a surprise of the tournament by beating South Africa, and they went on to crush the United Arab Emirates. As far as South Africa are concerned, they probably would have never expected that India would beat them, because as you know, India had never beaten South Africa in all their meetings in World Cup, and so South Africa probably didn't expect that, but it has really come as a real surprise that South Africa had to really suffer at the hands of India. And for South Africa, other than that, they have a lot of things going their way. A.B. de Villiers is in some great form. His bat is doing all the talking right now, and he's a dangerous customer, as you know. As you know, South Africa today are facing off against Ireland, and Ireland bowlers would definitely be wary of one man, and that would be A.B. de Villiers. So South Africa have played 3 matches, and they have 4 points in their pocket. Ireland, they are doing well. In fact, they have played only 2 matches, but they have won both the matches, and they already caused the upset of the tournament when they actually upset the West Indies apple cart, and they also won a match against, I'm trying to see which is the team that they won. I think it was against Zimbabwe that Ireland won a match. So basically, Ireland are doing well here. They are definitely keeping an eye on the quarterfinals. So I thought this has been a very good World Cup for Ireland. Ireland, as you know, they have caused a lot of upsets in the World Cup. There's no doubt about it. But I think this is the time Ireland are definitely are probably looking forward to qualify for the quarterfinals. But again, that's not going to be easy. But well, they face off against South Africa today. West Indies, well, we know West Indies. Chris Gayle went on to really set a new record in the World Cup 2015 by slamming a double century against Zimbabwe, which was never done in the annals of World Cup history. and that is a proud record that West Indies would be carrying. And West Indies, well, they definitely didn't have it well against in fact they lost against Ireland, but I thought they did pretty well to win against Pakistan, and then they went on to really smash Zimbabwe with that record World Cup double century, which was the first in World Cup history. So West Indies have 4 points under their belt, and then Zimbabwe, well, Zimbabwe have one win under the belt. I think they defeated United Arab Emirates. Other than that, they have been struggling. Even though they have been promising, they did well in the warm-up matches too. But unfortunately, I thought things are not really coming to fruition. They're really working hard, no doubt about it. Their bowling is good. Their batting is also trying to work hard, but unfortunately the results are yet to come. And I think they have to clearly, they lost against Pakistan too, so the pressure is definitely on Zimbabwe. They have 2 points, and Pakistan have really struggled. Now Pakistan, after doing very well before, and probably one was thinking that Pakistan would do well here, but Pakistan definitely struggling. First lost against India, then lost against West Indies, and as you know, only recently they got their first win under their belt, and that was against Zimbabwe. So they are with 2 points. And United Arab Emirates, well, after 19 years into the wilderness, where they were never in any World Cup, making a comeback into the World Cup, I thought, even though they have not lost any matches, I thought they have done pretty well throughout the tournament. They have definitely proved why they are in this World Cup 2015, even though they have not won. But I thought, considering that they are coming back after a gap of 19 years, definitely see a lot of improvement in this United Arab Emirates team. Batting is, I mean, they've already got a century. Shaiman Anwar really showing what an aggressive batsman he is by making a maiden World Cup century. And I think this United Arab Emirates batting is looking strong. The bowling is also looking good, and they definitely made it count. In fact, they have proved to the cricketing world that why they are in the World Cup 2015. So other than that, I think the points table is looking good, and I just want, as I said, there is no matches to cover, so I thought let me just speak about the points today, and I hope you all liked it, dear fans and subscribers. And as I said, today Ireland facing their biggest test. They would be taking on South Africa, Manuka Oval in Canberra, and for Ireland the only thing that they would be hoping is that they don't suffer from the South African captain A.B. de Villiers' bat, because he's one who can really damage and really upset the morale of the team with his very orthodox as well as unorthodox batting. And South Africa, as you know, they're a pretty strong team, but I think it would be a good game. Ireland definitely are showing they have it in them this time. In fact, I thought they have done well, because normally we have seen that Ireland have only picked up 1 victory in past World Cups, but in this particular World Cup they already got 2 wins under the belt. So definitely I think this has been their best World Cup in their history. So they are doing well. So one has to wait and watch. So what really comes around here. And one would remember this was the surface in Manuka Oval in Canberra. Not probably a week ago, we saw Chris Gayle go to that stupendous record of having the distinction of being the first player in the annals of World Cup history to score a double century when he finished with 215 runs into his name. Well, dear fans and subscribers, we are definitely looking forward. One thing of note is that I am told that James Faulkner, the Australian all-rounder, is probably getting fit, and we might have a look at him probably in the Wednesday's fixture in Australia. Probably I think they would be taking on Afghanistan, if I'm not wrong, but one has to wait and watch. One only hopes that James Faulkner is fit and raring to go, because I thought he's not only a great finisher, I thought he makes a wonderful addition to the team, and he could make a great difference to the Australians' scheme of things here. Well, dear fans and subscribers, on this note, I would like to wind up my Cricket Happenings show for today. Hope you all loved my cricket show as usual. This is your host Ram signing off for the day. Thank you.